Hey everyone, and welcome. So today we're going to get into a really profound teaching that honestly gets to the heart of the one thing that holds so many of us back. It's all about our own self-worth and what we can actually truly rely on when everything else seems to fall away.
But before we dive in, I want to ask you something right off the bat. Just take a moment and think about it. What's that one thought, that one idea that you feel is your biggest personal obstacle? You know the one. Just keep that in mind as we go through this.
So here it is. The core of this teaching really comes down to this incredibly simple but powerful quote from the Buddha. Do not belittle yourself. It seems so straightforward, right? But it cuts right to the very center of so many of our internal struggles. This isn't just a nice piece of advice. It's really the key to a huge shift in how we see ourselves.
And, this isn't just some vague feeling of having a bad day. This act of putting ourselves down is so significant that there's actually a specific term for it, atanipata. It literally means the act of considering yourself inferior. The fact that it has its own name, well, that tells you just how real and recognized this internal struggle is.
And here's the part that really hits home. The teaching is very clear on this. This mindset, this atanipata, isn't just one of your problems, no. It's framed as the greatest obstacle. It's the one thought that more than anything else stops us from making real progress in our lives and on our spiritual path.
Okay, so if thinking we're not good enough is the biggest problem, then what's the solution? Well, the teaching gives us an equally powerful tool to fight back with, and that is to genuinely believe, to cultivate a real conviction that you are capable of reaching your highest potential. I mean, even enlightenment, and not in some far-off future, but right here, in this life. It's basically a call for some radical self-belief.
Now that's already a pretty powerful way to look at our daily lives, right? But the teaching takes it a step further. This is where it gets really serious, because it applies this exact same idea to the most critical moment of all, the final moment.
So you have to ask yourself this tough question. When that moment comes, when death is right there, what can you actually rely on? All the things we lean on, our careers, our money, our status, they can't really help you then. They're not going to be your refuge. So what is left?
So the teaching lays it out in these three really clear steps. First, the reality of death comes for us all. Second, all of those external, worldly things we trusted in, they vanish as a source of support. And that leads us to the third step, which is realizing that the only true refuge you have left to hold on to is the word of the Buddha.
So what does that mean, the word of the Buddha? Well, again, there's a specific term for it, Buddha Vachana. And this refers directly to the original teachings, the words that literally came from the mouth of the Buddha. This is what's presented as the ultimate, unshakable foundation you can rely on when absolutely nothing else is left.
But you might be wondering, okay, who is this for? Is it only for Buddhists? And this is maybe one of the most important parts. The source is emphatic here. The answer is no. It makes it crystal clear that whether you're a Buddhist or you follow a completely different path, taking this wisdom to heart gives you the exact same positive result. It's for everyone. The benefit is universal.
And all of this brings us right back to you. We've walked through this whole idea that the biggest thing in our way is how we belittle ourselves, and that the ultimate source of strength is found in this core teaching. So the final question I want to leave you with is this. In your own moments of crisis, whether they're big or small, what will you choose to hold on to as your true refuge?